Hello, ukulele friends, and welcome to another ukulele superhero interview. And I have a person that's on today that I just adore. He's so wonderful. He just brightens up a Zoom room when he enters. I know him as Denver Doug, but he has a real name. It's Doug Brown, and he is the leader of the Denver Uke community, Den Uke. And he runs I went to one of their Zooms just recently. Wow, had a great time. And I think he's a superhero. I mean, he's been doing that, and then he is Stuart Yoshida's sidekick for Ucktown Podcast. So if you haven't caught that, I'm gonna put information down below in the description for that. But anyway, welcome, Doug. It's so nice to have you one on one instead
It's
of
so great to be here. The only time I've gotten to talk to you is in between songs on the fabulous Ukulele Fool Strum Along on Fridays. It's so much fun. I really look forward to them. But
I
yeah, yay!
I'm so glad you come. You bring so much energy and fun. So thank you, thank you. Well, for the reasons I just, suggested, leading a large ukulele group and keeping it going during the pandemic, and then being part of a great podcast, that qualifies you as a superhero in my book. But I always ask, what do you think your superpowers are?
Well, so one of the bonuses of being a co-host, I think that Stuart's my sidekick, even though I'm the co-host. He's my sidekick, but no, actually, he does the important things, and I get to just mess around, which is the perfect job for me. But one of the great things about having we've been doing that for like 10 years. Like we've been doing it for a while. And being able to talk to all of these wonderful people that run, gigantic ukulele clubs and teach and play and some just really technically excellent players, the realization that I came to is my favorite thing to do is lead a group. It just makes me super happy to have everybody going in the same direction. And having all that time to sit and talk with people really helped me focus in on that. And yeah, it had, so the Denver Ute community is funny. I was not one of the original members. The founder, Jim Venice, founded it in 2005. Our logo has the little founding date on the side. And I think I probably came in like 2007, but he moved out of town and said, well, I don't, I don't know that I'm going to make it, especially in the winter. Do we have any volunteers to lead? And I said, well, I'd like to do it, but I don't want to do it by myself. Can we get a committee and we had 3 people on that committee, and it was awesome, and nobody else showed up. So that was a long time ago, and I have been the president of the Denver Ute community ever since, and it's been just great.
Well, that's wonderful, and so because people need good, strong leaders. They know that first of all, that somebody's going to be there that can lead. And
Absolutely. Well, and that's one of the things that I think is so important is to have, even if you don't know exactly what your next meetings are going to be. This is going out to group leaders. Even if you don't know what your next meeting is really going to look like, make sure you have it, because people set up their calendars so they can come back and have it reoccurring. And actually, the same thing happened with the Ucktown podcast, is that Stuart had, where he would do one every 3 weeks, and then he'd wait a month, and then he made 1 month and a half, and then it's 2 weeks. And when it really started taking off was when he said, I'm going to do one every single month. And it doesn't always fall on the same Saturday or the same release day, but every month that there's going to be a Ucktown podcast, and you know that there's going to be a Denver Ute community, because we have only in the last 12 years we've missed one meeting, and it was because the venue that we that we go to closed because of a snowstorm. And I got a nasty email saying, well, I don't think that snow's that bad. And I said, I'm already at work. I'm halfway there. I would have been there if they would have been open, but we don't have any place to go.
I born and raised in Alaska, taught well into my 40s in Alaska, and I still go there in the summer, so I totally get that. Canceling concerts at public schools, and then the parents are there to show up, and I get it. I totally get that. Well, great. So you've only missed one, and that's just, due to weather. That is amazing.
Well, and when the pandemic started, I was like, how are we going to get this going? Because, I need this. Well, and one of the other things that I tell everybody, I get a lot of people going, oh, Doug, thanks so much for all the work that you put in. I mean, like I said, my favorite thing to do is lead a club. So really all of those people are doing a favor to me, and to have all of those folks just be in the moment and be having a good time and seeing all of those people happy and yeah, oh, it just makes me so happy.
Yeah, yeah, and I miss going to live events. Gosh, I can't wait till we get back to that. But yeah,
Well, and one of the things, so we interviewed Mary Agnes Krell, who's one of the key
Great
for
Northern.
putting Great Northern. Yes, indeed. She is also an educator, and was talking about blended learning and what's going to happen after we go back to class, and are there things that we can take from what we've learned since we've had blended or online classes, and put them all together. And so that got me thinking, especially so if anybody doesn't know, the pandemic pluckers, fantastic. Like I really, and there again, they said we're going to do it every day at. They do it at 8. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Denver, which is fantastic for me. Go eat some lunch and then go play some ukulele. And but what was the question? Where
Well,
was
about the blended and being able to
yes.
continue with.
So I have friends in Germany and London and Ireland and Kentucky and Portland, Sacramento, and Brisbane. Those are all my big ones that I go to. And I was like, oh, what are we gonna do when we get done with this? So the Denver U community went from the third Saturday to the first and third Saturday, and the first Saturday of the month is always going to be an online streaming meeting. And then when we go back live, we'll do a YouTube broadcast or whatever we need to do on that one. Because I'm not quite sure yet how, if we can get that level of interaction in a live situation with people that are online. But I'm going to try because,
Yeah, I'm really curious too because the opportunities and it's the pros and cons. Um, so very good. So Doug, why the ukulele?
oh, I love the ukulele. The the biggest thing is, so I have been doing theater lighting and sound for my entire career. That's kind of where I that is how I make my money. And for years, I worked at a club here in Denver called the Bluebird, and everybody there played guitar, or played bass, or played keys, and they said, "Well, what do you play?" And I'm like, "I'm a lighting guy, so I'm gonna go and do lighting, and that's good enough for me." And really didn't ever have an instrument until my daughter was born, my little Tavy Brown. And the day that she was born, my dad gave me. Oh, I moved it. He gave me an Oscar Schmidt and said, "You might want to play Old MacDonald or something." And the idea that I can say that for 17 years, I've played almost every day since the day that she was born, and it really changed my life. So it makes me so happy.
That is such a wonderful story because as 21 years teaching elementary music, I always general music, not band or orchestra, and I always said, my vision for you is that you will feel comfortable enough with your own voice in making music that you can sing to your kids.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's so important, and it's so. So I was also a stay at home dad for a chunk in the middle there, and I think I did a disservice to my kids because they got into kindergarten and went. They don't tell jokes. They don't sing songs. What is going on here? It is come on now. Which but when I'd go out to, I was a member of a dad's group in Kansas City where we were living for a little while, and being able to go in there and play ukulele for a bunch of kids, and they're all singing, they're all running around, and they're all just I mean everybody should play. Well, play an instrument. That's my big thing. Is that the ukulele I think is the best place to go, but if you don't go to the ukulele, go somewhere because I think it's awesome.
Yeah, well, it's been the instrument of my dreams. I wish I had encountered it sooner in my life, but oh well.
I
It,
hear that.
everything for a reason. So, I teach a lot of beginners, and you have like boodles of experience. What would do you have a tip or something that you would like to share?
Oh, let me tell you, do I have a tip that I'd like to share? Um, and this is going to sound self-serving, but hear me out. I never felt like I got better faster than when I started going and playing with a ukulele club. That when you go and you sit there and you're like, okay, I only know a C, so old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and that, but and it's so much fun to be there and have everybody singing along and just being with the group, but it also pushes you along to say, well, I think I can do all of those chords, and one of the things that I changed at the Denver U community. Originally, we had the fabulous Jumpin' Jim's Gone Country book. I think it's anyway. But we had the country book and the '60s book, and we kind of those were the two books that everybody went out of, and you could bring in extras, bring in sheets if you wanted to, but those were mainly the songs that we played. And after 6 months, we had kind of played all those songs, and so when the reins got turned over to me, I said, well, first of all, I want to have as much involvement as we can. So we changed it so the first half an hour is 2 and 3 chord songs out of a static 2 and 3 chord songbook that stays the same all year long.
Mm-hmm.
And we changed that. Well, until last year, we were playing the 2015 book for 5 years. So because I'm good at updating things. But it gives it's a really great way for everybody to warm up, and new players, they only have to worry about 3 chords, and older players, they can, and some of the more advanced players, I even have said, show up at 11. You can skip that first half an hour, and then you don't have to. But it's super fun, and it just really kind of gets us off on the right foot. And then from 11 to 12:30, we have a songbook that changes every month. Like the one the other day was country songs,
Mm-hmm.
and then next month, the first Saturday is going to be Beatles songs. So I'm super excited about that, and but it gives us a chance to mix things up. And the book is made up of songs that people send in, and so you get a really terrific variety of songs. Plus, I've said, listen, I'll help you however I can, but there are a lot of these songs that I don't know, so you need to be ready to lead if you put a song in. Because I've had friends that have run other clubs that just, and hats off to them, they learn every song that everybody sends in, and that is incredible. I can't do that. So and it has worked out really well. We also have had in the past the issue where somebody will go, somebody will be playing along, and somebody will say, "Wait, that's not how that goes." And the rule at the Denver Youth community has always been, you can like whatever next month's theme is, you can put that exact same song in and sing it the way that it goes. But today we're going to play it whatever messed up way the person that sent it in wants to do it, and that's so
Yeah.
it has worked out really, really well.
Excellent. That's a really good plan. And I think, when, it's of course my hope that, the people that I come in contact, I can give them enough confidence so that they can do that.
Exactly. Well,
Oh,
and then for the advanced players, we also have solos put in between some of the songs, as you would know because you did a solo, and that was awesome.
thank you.
Um, but the nice thing about that is, I have seen some amazing performances, and had some people that haven't shared songs before, but they go, well, maybe I'll do. Can I do a solo? And then they get up and just blow everybody away, and it's just, yeah, I'm
Hey.
so happy. And then
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's
it's
such, you are describing so much of why I love the ukulele community. That's, that's really what it's about.
yeah. The and some of the friendships that I've made through the Denver Ute community, and through I mean, I have some fantastic friends through the pandemic pluckers, and the Portland, and in your group. Ross is awesome. He
Yeah.
is very cool.
So if
um
if you don't know what he's talking about, Ross Boyd, I did an interview with him. I'll link that down below or up above or find it.
but the yeah, but being able to kind of spread it out and basically have a little something for everybody. And also, the one of the neat things about the third wave of ukulele popularity is that there kind of is a place for everybody, that and especially in the Front Range in Denver, we've got, I think we had, at one time we had 5 different groups, and all of them were a little bit different. And we've got a group that, if you're we have an orchestra, so if you're looking to really work on your playing and become a lot more technical of a player, for I think he is actually bigger than the Denver Symphony Orchestra now. That he has more
Ooh.
ukuleles, which I know was his goal, and he is a fantastic guy too. But we have the kind of fun strums, and we have a bunch of little bands, ukulele bands. I was in a band called Euphoria for a while. Oh, they were great. We played all kinds of things. I want to say that band is still going, and if and actually some of the people have moved away, but that's a band that's a current band forever. That's what we decided when we had it. But yeah, Euphoria was awesome.
Very good. Well, this just warms my heart. If any of you are wanting to get in and join in on the Denver ukulele group strums that they have on Zoom, I'm going to have that information down below, or just go to their Facebook page, Den Uke,
Yep.
and
Or din-uke.com is another great place to look. Another thing for people that are running clubs, I said it's really important to have meetings that happen at the same time. Another real big key is to have people around you that you can lean on, and for the longest time, I had a vice president and she moved away and made me sad. But it was really great because there was a year where I was out touring and missed like 5 meetings in a year, which is unheard of for me. But she was there to host for me, and it was just really great. But being able to have and uh, being able to have people help you, um, like it doesn't necessarily have to be all on your shoulders. It can you can spread it around. People like helping.
Oh, perfect. Well, I want to thank everybody that's watching this. And I want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that and hit the like, because that actually helps spread the ukulele love and gets this channel more attentions. Leave us a comment. Do you have a group that you jam with? Would you like to come join either one of our jams? Join them both. Come at least once, right? And so they yeah, spread the ukulele love and get involved. Yeah, because that's some of the bounty that we've had with the pandemic. You have like 500 and some people on your Facebook group.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's there's a lot of that I wonder. But we do end up having about 50 to 60 people at the Denver community meetings, and it's one of those things where once you get over one page of people, it ends up being all the same because you're just kind of going. But no, it's super fun. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much for your time. But maybe we should play a little something to send this out on.
Oh, absolutely. When I started playing ukulele, I started when my daughter was born, and so when she was little and it was time to put her to bed, but she really liked hearing songs as I put her to bed, and she loved the songs from the 20s and 30s, and this was one of our favorites. So just imagine it's nighttime, it's dark, and here we go. One, two, three, four.
Stars shining bright above you.
Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you.
Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me.
Say nighty night and kiss me.
Hold me just tight and tell me you miss me.
While I'm alone and blue as can be, dream a
Dream
little
a little
dream
dream
of me.
of me.
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss.
I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this.
Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you.
Sweet dreams that leave worries behind you.
But in your dreams, whatever they may be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss.
I longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. So much.
Dream a little dream of me.
Well, I hope you guys had fun with that as we just kind of threw something together for you. And thank you so much, Doug. It's just such a treat to talk to you one-on-one. You're a superhero in my book. Keep spreading those superpowers and keep spreading the ukulele love.
Absolutely, you as well. You are one of my big heroes too. Yay! And everybody that's out there playing ukulele, you were all superheroes in my book.
Yeah, so keep doing what you're doing, folks. Until our next interview, we'll say bye-bye.
Bye.